I think there is a big debate whether there are cities in Africa or African cities. In my own analysis, I've come to identify that there is an African city, which I refer to as the African metropolis, which is trying to emerge amidst the Western and Asian cities in Nairobi. I classify this African metropolis into three parts. First, there is the slum. The slum is the first space that Africans tried to occupy in the city. The Africans, such as houseboys, traders, and quarry workers, these tried to create temporary parts in the temporary settlements in the city, which they could call their own. They would construct using houses using mud, as they were done in African villages. The second category in this African metropolis that I identify is the self-developed urban fridges on Kagudo Road, on Thika Road, on Kamite Road. These parts of the cities are developed by large companies which sell their land to individuals who develop cities. Some of these groups are Urithi, Gakuyo, Joska, Githunguri Farmers, Kawasukari Company, Kemori, among many. They sell land to individuals who later develop buildings. And in these parts of the city, we have Africans expressing themselves as traders, as peasants, as artisans. Then the third category in this African metropolis is the areas that were absorbed into the city as villages, and I call them the urbanized villages. They include the entire Dagoretti districts, where individuals whose ancestral homes are in the city. These people were found there by the city, and they have been trying to express themselves in architecture through their own building styles, through their own livelihood negotiations, through social relations between themselves. So what I'm saying about this African metropolis is that the individuals who occupy these spaces have been trying to put their expressive output as livelihood negotiators, as traders, artisans, and peasants. So you can go to a farm and find that into a residential place and find that in addition to the house, someone has a chicken pen, someone has a round hut, someone has artisans working in the neighborhood, or he has an extension of a kiosk. So what I'm saying is that as planners, we should not ignore these expressive outputs that people have been trying to come out. And I'm saying that in academic discourse and development practitioners, most of these places are called the unplanned or the informal city. But in my case, I think this is the African city trying to evolve in the context of competing spaces between Western city forms and Asian city forms in Nairobi.